This really is a giant mega issue. This is so incredible just to see it all out in the open. Here's the Associated Press. They're just nonchalantly reporting this like it's completely normal and kosher and okay. White House warns Obama could go around Congress on our sovereignty and our borders, bringing in groups that will then be given driver's license to vote. So you guessed it, use the voting, because the Bill of Rights isn't there to protect us anymore. It was the referee to literally enslave everyone. This is the breaking of the public by design. Only a fool in the establishment will want to get rid of checks and balances. Here's another one. Obama to assert unilateral agenda. Isn't that a nice way of saying it? In the Washington Post and the Wall Street Journal, they've all got the same headlines. This is the Wall Street Journal. Obama to assert unilateral agenda. President to seek to use State of the Union address to shift souring view of leadership. Yeah, con him one more time. Lie to him one more time. The plan's almost in place. Here's Bloomberg. Obama's plan to use executive action triggers criticism. Oh, my gosh, how evil that Mitch McConnell and others would dare criticize the year of action. Boy, does that sound fascist. And here's the Christian Science Monitor. You read this, and the whole article basically, in a smarmy way, endorses it and legitimizes it. And here's the key point we've gotten to. When he starts to act as an open dictator, and there's no real criticism, and Senator Ted Cruz gets censored when he's on Face the Nation, but they still streamed it out live, but then when they aired it, they cut it. It's delayed by an hour, even more on the West Coast. So Cruz was able to get the raw feed. He's smart enough to have his staffers there. He got it, and they cut out where he said Obama's becoming a dictator and abusing power. They don't want anyone talking about the elephant in the room, ladies and gentlemen. So Christian Science Monitor, though, addresses it, but says, oh, big deal. There's some gridlock. Come on. Is Barack Obama an imperial president? Well, of course he is. President Obama's use of executive action to get around congressional gridlock. To get around congressional gridlock, you mean when a few in Congress dare say, hey, we're going bankrupt, maybe we should debate increasing in spending. We're going to totally devalue everything and go down the drain. Shut up, racist. You're criticizing Obama because you're racist. And raising the debt ceiling does not raise the debt. Remember that quote from Obama? I mean, this is upside down world. This is bizarro world. And the article goes on to say, but liberal activists say he's not going far enough. See, now some people say maybe it's a little not friendly that he's a dictator now. But the liberals, and they're the liberals, they have the moral high ground. They're called liberals. You know, if you're in New York and want to own guns or are anti-abortion, just get out of the state. You're not welcome here. That's not authoritarian or anything. Get out of Germany. 1935. Get out and you pay us before you leave, too. I mean, these people are authoritarian gangsters. You look at Cuomo. You look at Obama. You look at that witch Hillary. They act like a celebrity on the news to try to sell mindless trendies that, ooh, Hillary's, a wonderful person and all this. I mean, she looks like a baboon's butt or something. I'm nothing against her the way she looks, but this crone-like witch. Let's continue here. Is Barack Obama an imperial president? Zhu Hong's voice rang out loud and clear, interpreting the most powerful man in the world. You have the power to stop deportation of all undocumented immigrants in this country. The young South Korean man yelled as President Obama during a speech on immigration reform last November in San Francisco, waving away security guards. Mr. Obama turned and addressed Mr. Hong himself, undocumented. Actually, I don't, the president said. So there's all these headlines everywhere going, well, the president's going to act alone on the military. He's going to act alone on Obamacare. He's going to act alone on guns. He's going to act alone on immigration. He's going to act alone with recess appointments that clearly haven't gone through the process. He's going to take a third of his money from foreign donors, each one of them a felony, while at the same time arresting Dinesh D'Souza, even if he's guilty, and he's pled not guilty, for doing something literally 1/10,000th. Obama has raised hundreds of millions illegally, openly, on record, and not gotten in trouble. And then Dinesh D'Souza gives $20,000 to a good friend running for the Senate and does it through bundling, something Democrats do openly. I mean, the Project Veritas has endless videos. Endless videos. And he's coming on in the third hour today with new ones with the Blue State Project that's trying to turn Texas into a socialist stronghold. And they get in there in these meetings and openly talk about crimes they're committing and election fraud and getting illegals to vote and getting government payoffs. And no one gets in trouble. No one gets in trouble. And then they go out and they selectively enforce. And then Ted Cruz, the senator, goes on Face the Nation. And the job of the Face the Nation host, Bob Schieffer, is to sit there and like a con artist laugh and act like Cruz is ridiculous and that he, Shaffer, has the moral authority when he's saying outrageous things like, how dare you say we shouldn't raise the debt again? Raising the debt doesn't raise the debt. Ha ha, you're the bad one that said Obamacare was a bad deal. Ha ha, boy, are you discredited. This is the tactic. Oh, look at Ted Cruz. Ha 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 ha. Look at Muhammad Ali and the Thriller in Manila when he won. He's discredited. He won. It'd be like whoever wins the Super Bowl coming up, saying, oh, they're discredited. They won the Super Bowl. Everything he said about it was true. I'm Bob Schieffer. I mean, they play these games where these mental midgets, because you got the general public doesn't even watch the news, doesn't even know what planet they're on, literally. Has no idea up from down, just believes everything they're told. Brain damaged, watching television all day, drooling, acting trendy. Then you've got the kind of news outlet type people that think they're news hounds and think they know how things work. Democrat types, they watch Face the Nation and sit there in their couches laughing with Bob Schieffer and actually, ha-ha, he said Obamacare was bad, keeping the whole con going when we all know Obamacare is wonderful. Well, the story is up on Infowars.com. Very important. I had the guys post the Newsbusters video. It's also up on DrudgeReport.com. CBS caught censoring Ted Cruz over Obama's abuse of power. And the actual Newsbusters headline is, Face the Nation edits out Senator Cruz condemning Obama's abuse of power. And you can see both the edited clip, the unedited clip. They streamed the real clip, but then aired later the edited one and edited this out because no one's allowed to talk about how Obama is basically becoming a dictator. Here it is.
It's the abuse of power from this administration. We've seen multiple filmmakers prosecuted. This administration uses government power and the IRS in particular to target their enemies. And
I love how he just talks over him. Of course, so what did Shaffer do? He just edited it out for broadcast. It doesn't matter, Shaffer, your dwindling audience is like your dwindling life force. So I hope your sellout to the establishment has been worth it because you will always be on the side of the traitors. And the big issue here is that I told former Congressman Bob Barr, who's set to get back into Congress, last Thursday, 6 hours before the Dinesh D'Souza news broke, I said, I think they're going to start purging people and using this Justice Department to do it. I mean, why not? They've gotten away with everything. Obama is now saying he's a dictator, basically. I mean, what do you think the next step is, folks? This goes in progression, so we know the next level. And the establishment is getting all this ready because they are preparing to absolutely implode the currencies, start huge wars, you name it. There are times in histories where all Hades breaks loose. And across the board, historians, political scientists are saying this is one of those times. But everyone's so scared that they're creeping around, just like with Hitler or Lenin or Stalin or Mao, and not opposing these people up front. And they're going to take over, and they're going to take your bank accounts, and they're going to take your pension funds, and they're going to make wealthy people be folks that make the equivalent of $20,000 a year. You're going to be poor when they're done with you. That's the plan. The facts are in. The studies are legion. Sodium fluoride and other toxic members of the fluoride family are devastating the health and cognitive ability of the American people. So why are the social engineers adding it to the water? Simple. Dumb down the host population that the parasitic technocracy is feeding on. We may not have been able to get fluoride out of the water supply yet, but we can help to get it out of our bodies. I am extremely excited to announce the exclusive Infowars Life Fluoride Shield formulation, fusing 6 of the best documented ingredients from around the world to help the body remove not just toxic fluoride residues from the body, but a whole host of toxic substances. Let's take a stand against the globalist by blocking their poisons with Fluoride Shield. I use Fluoride Shield every day. Secure your Fluoride Shield and other pioneering formulations at InfoWarsLife.com today. Let's start cleansing our bodies now and support the info war at the same time. That's InfoWarsLife.com.
Hey, now you can watch The Alex Jones Show live as it happens at Infowars.com/show.
See the rest of The Alex Jones Show at our sister channel, The Info Warrior, or become a member of PrisonPlanet.tv and help us take the message of freedom and liberty to the next level. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to this channel.
That will then be given driver's license to vote, to, you guessed it, use the voting, because the Bill of Rights isn't there to protect us anymore. It was the referee to literally enslave everyone. This is the breaking of the public by design. Only a fool in the establishment will want to get rid of checks and balances. Here's another one. Obama to assert unilateral agenda. The plan's almost in place. Here's Bloomberg. Obama's plan to use executive action triggers criticism. Oh, my gosh, how evil that Mitch McConnell and others would dare criticize the year of action. Boy, does that sound fascist. And here's the Christian Science Monitor. You read this, and the whole article basically, in a smarmy way, endorses it and legitimizes it. And here's the key point we've gotten to. When he starts to act as an open dictator, and there's no real criticism, and Senator Ted Cruz gets censored when he's on Face the Nation, but they still streamed it out live, but then when they aired it, they cut it. It's delayed by an hour, even more on the West Coast. So Cruz was able to get the raw feed. He's smart enough to have his staffers there. Isn't that a nice way of saying it? In the Washington Post and the Wall Street Journal, they've all got the same headlines. This is the Wall Street Journal. Obama to assert unilateral agenda. President to seek to use State of the Union address to shift souring view of leadership. Yeah, con him one more time. Lie to him one more time. This really is a giant mega issue. This is so incredible just to see it all out in the open. Here's the Associated Press. They're just nonchalantly reporting this like it's completely normal and kosher and okay. White House warns Obama could go around Congress on our sovereignty and our borders, bringing in groups